7 minutes of terror. What is it? If you're a space travel lover like myself, you might have known that in July last year, 3 teams from NASA, United Arab Emirates, and China embarked on missions to Mars. After 7 months of boring flight through space, we are finally approaching Mars. So 7 minutes of terror is simply the maneuvers the spacecraft has to go through to finally touch down on Mars. But I know you are itching to know more in this video. Before we dive into the video, I'm Godswill. Please consider subscribing and share. Thank you very much. "7 minutes of terror", also known as entry descent landing (EDL), are phrases used to highlight the several maneuvers a spacecraft undertakes in an estimated time of 7 minutes to reduce its speed from approximately 20,000 km per hour to a halt on the surface of Mars. The nature of Mars's atmosphere makes this process complex, since its atmosphere is enough to destroy the aircraft at such a speed if care is not taken, but not good enough to finish the job, thus reducing the speed of the aircraft. But before, let's go back to Earth and have a look at how we got here. Months earlier, back on Earth, computers are programmed and tested to perform every action needed to be performed on Mars, since humans will not be going, because it is not certain if they can actually survive there. And finally, on the day of departure, with everything set, the spacecraft is flown to space, Mars to be precise, with the help of powerful rockets. These missions are usually launched at specific periods, when the distance between the Earth and the Mars is at its minimum. That's around 56 million kilometers. This variation in the change in distance between the two planets is due to the difference in their orbit speed and distance, and it usually takes between 7 months to 8.5 months for the journey to be complete. The whole 7 minutes of terror starts when the spacecraft enters Mars's atmosphere at about 100 kilometers above the surface of Mars. Here, no error is entertained because the least error may cause the failure in the processes. And finally, the processes involved in this 7 minutes of terror. When the spacecraft enters Mars's atmosphere, after a short time, the heat shield hits to its peak of about 1600 degrees Celsius, but no worries here, the heat shield has been designed to withstand it. Then the spacecraft performs a hypersonic air maneuver to help it slow down. Then a parachute is deployed. This parachute is the strongest supersonic parachute built. Then the heat shield is separated to allow radar data collection by the rover. Then the rover is separated from the back shield with the help of a rocket. The rover then finds a good place to land with the help of this same rocket. After finding a right place, the rocket gets about 20 meters close to the ground and lowers the rover down by means of a rope. And once it senses that the rover is on the ground, the rope is cut off and the rocket flies away to fall at a distance of 600 meters from the rover. All these actions are performed by the onboard computers that were programmed back on Earth. And when all this is successful and information gets to Earth after 14 minutes, the reaction of the scientists, engineers, and space travel lovers is something else. These missions are to find out if life has ever existed on Mars or there's a possibility of life on Mars. So, with all the investment made in these missions to inhabit Mars, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. And thank you very much for watching this video. As always, stay positive. Bye.